Hello, everybody. Phenomenal Sir coming at you again after far too long with another stream of. Is it going to show? Not going to show. Well, it's Rings of Power. We're playing Rings of Power. Dang it. Rings of Power. There we go. Had the presentation going. It was showing you the Sega Master Collection, all that jazz. Whatever. Here it is. We're playing it. Seems like every time I play this lately, I'm talking about how it's been way too long since I've played this lately. And that's not because I don't want to play it. It's because, I don't know. Life is trying to keep us apart. But, hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well. Hobbs is doing well. And Electronic Arts used to make good games. Well, no, that's not actually true. They published this one, and then promptly killed it off. So, never mind. I take it back. F-U-E-A. But Naughty Dog Software is awesome. And Rings of Power is awesome. So, no challenge run tonight. The plain old fun run, like we like to do around here. The adventure begins. Say it with me, everybody. As usual, Dawn finds you on the path heading into town. Time to go to the academy. Master Thalmus wants to see you. And let's just turn that off. Let's just turn that on. And away we go. I think we're going to kill the homeless guy right off the bat this time. Because I want to try and fool around more with the minimal pirates, if I can. So, how do we... Okay, there's save. And bing. Yeah, the minimal pirates thing, where like if you get the boat and you're still level 1, it seems to impede the pirates spawning for a good chunk of the game. Assuming we don't get our butts kicked by this old man in the first house we saw. Might be a death. Oh, if we hadn't blocked the... Come on, Buck. Buck! Buck! Oh! We did it. We did it! Alright, so we killed him. Good on us. Oh. That was probably that one merchant I'm gonna need. 1 gold piece! Time for sippies. Thank you so much. Welcome in, MJ. How are you doing? So great to see you. In case you're wondering, if you're not familiar with this absolute gem, this is that one game that only I stream. This is Rings of Power. It's an open world RPG made for the Sega Genesis, and it is amazing. People are going to tell you that it's janky, but that's just because they're mad. The game works exactly the way it's intended to, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay? Okay. Yeah. So, this game was made by Naughty Dog Software in 1991 when Naughty Dog Software was still made up of 4 people. They created the game while they were in the founders of Naughty Dog Software made the game while they were attending college in different states, and they would mail each other. Never get used to that. That's the worst sound in the game. They would actually mail floppy disks to each other with builds of the game on it so that they could test it and work on it together. It was originally meant to be for the computer. Naughty Dog Software found out that... Hang on. Naughty Dog Software found out that EA was using an illegally obtained dev kit for the Sega Genesis, and it essentially convinced EA to let them make it for the Sega instead. This game came out the same year as the original Sonic the Hedgehog. It is an open world RPG. which normally takes about 20 hours to beat if you know what you're doing. We're gonna beat it in about 3 today. We're gonna skip everything. Yeah. Yes. So I will say that most of the music is quite a bop in this game, but this particular song is horrible. It's bagpipes, right? It's bagpipes on the Sega Genesis. If you like retro RPGs, I will convince you to play it. I'll try. So far, I've gotten 3 people to play it. It's my mission in life to make this a popular game again. We just sequence broke 3 things. Skipped a good chunk there. And now we're still level 1 going into the first town, so we can get our boat stone. Or get our boat, I was going to say, but we've actually got a boat stone, so we don't even have to spend the money on that. We're just going to bing. But anyway, sorry, I'm a little scattered. So when I play the game, I tend to just kind of like shoot through it. We can't call it a speed run because there's no page for it. But we're gonna essentially see like all the exploits, all the fun stuff. You're gonna see me get lost because I haven't played this game in about 30 days, 45 days, something like that. Which is unfortunate, but I head straight for the treasure room. Oh, that's a meme boy. Go, go, go. So the game runs at about 2 frames per second because it is a massive world. I'll show you in a second how wild it is. 5 gems. This is one of 3 treasure rooms that the devs put in the game. Dragon stones, boom, baby. To essentially just help them play through the game. If you're playing the game legit, like the way they want you to, it's actually entirely possible to die before you ever make it to the first town. I have actually seen people, as I've streamed this game, I've beaten the game about, oh, there's our flower, boom. Panini, there's our money. So we've gotten a flower and a dragon stone. We got 9 Faninis, so we're rich now. Go us. I forgot what I was saying now. I've totally forgotten what I was saying. I can't open chests and talk at the same time. I'll get it. I'll get back to it. So now all we need is sand and we'll be able to beat the game without actually doing anything, right? Anyway, you can die in the very first town because rather than traditional random encounters in the game, basically for the first half of the game, random encounters will kill you. And for the second half of the game, you're essentially God and you just do whatever you want. Wrong guy. The random encounters are not like you take so many steps and then you get an attack or you get into a fight. The random encounters are more like there are invisible events moving around on the map. We've determined this through careful experimentation. I was saying I've beaten the game on stream about 24 times now, and I'm very devoted to Rings of Power. And if you just stand perfectly still on the overworld, you will eventually get attacked by something. So that means that the attacks are not based on your movement. The attacks are based on some other condition. It's not a timer because it's not consistent. What it is there are invisible encounters, enemies, moving around on the screen. Like that. And when one of them touches you, you get into a fight. I don't know where the encounters spawn, if they always spawn in the same place or if they spawn in random places, but it does seem as though when the game first starts, there are encounters that are generally leveled for a lower party. And then as you clear those encounters, the game will respawn new encounters that are set to your party's current level. So being on the ocean is extremely dangerous because the game will spawn pirates. But if you can get into the water as quickly as possible, then you don't get those pirate encounters until a little bit later. So you kind of just, starting out, you run from every fight. You really don't want to do any kind of combat that's not required. And you want to always stay moving, because when you're not moving, the enemies still are. They are still hunting you. Anyway, I'm done rambling. I know you probably came in, you're like, oh my god, this guy, he is a talker. True. But so we've got our dragon stones, we've got our sand, and we've got our flowers. So we actually, right off the bat, great luck. I wish I was running a timer because we've got everything we need to beat the game now. Really and truly. Now, I did mess up and not go for the necromancer thing first, but that's okay. So we're gonna go over here to chaos. We can still save it. We're gonna go necromancer first on this one. Oh my god. That is absolutely fine. Good. I tend to ramble about this game a lot because I truly do love it. I'm the only one that does, but it's a great game for me. Everybody's got that one game they could play forever, right? I had this game on the Sega Genesis. I actually still have the original copy that I had as a kid on the shelf behind me. I never really was able to beat it. It took me about... The game came with a manual that was over 100 pages long that actually had step-by-step instructions on how to beat it. And I still wasn't able to beat it until I was like 14. Lord. No. This is not that. How dare. That's the one thing everybody thinks that they think it's a I'm sure you're joking, but they think it's a Lord of the Rings thing, and it's really not. It's just it's just an unfortunate name. Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, this is not a Lord of the Rings thing. This is just a high fantasy game in general, where you are a young sorcerer who has joined the centuries-old quest, the great quest of our time, to locate the 11 rings of power and return them to the god Nexus in his home on the Mount of Heaven, so that he can restore peace and prosperity to the planet. Essentially, like, there's a whole backstory. It's a very lore-rich game, but the whole backstory, like, essentially everybody lived in darkness, and then Nexus showed up, and he used this rod of creation to give everybody magical powers and restore happiness and peace to the world. And then the Demon Void got jealous, stole the rod, and then for 66 years he reigned in terror over the world until a great clash occurred between the demon and the god. And during the clash, the rod was broken in half, and they each fled with it and then broke it down into rings. The rings are the source of all the power on the planet for everyone's magical abilities. And if you can unite all of the rings back together in the place where where the rod was first crafted, you can restore it you can make it the rod of creation again, and then essentially return it to God so that he can drive the demon void out of the world forever. So it's an open world game that has a working trade mechanic. Like well, it's working except for I broke it. Every town has a trade good that they sell, and every town has a trade good that they value more highly than other towns do. The game tracks your food and water usage. It tracks your money. There is one town called Commerce where we just were, where you can basically just buy everything for 4 times or 10 times the normal price and sell it for 4 times the normal price. So you can buy trade goods from other towns and then sell them in Commerce at a huge markup. But other than that, it's a working economy. And you essentially just wander the world in the style of like the old Ultima games, that kind of thing. It's just like an open world where you can explore, you talk to people, you write down notes, because this was before the internet. You would like have a notebook that you'd be keeping notes, and you would just talk to everybody, and you'd have one person that would be like, "Oh, I heard that a hermit that lives behind a waterfall somewhere knows about the ring of calling," and you're like, "Oh, okay," and then you just start checking every waterfall. And somebody else will be like, "Oh, I heard that the ring of thought is hidden in a place where night and day each have their own, representative," whatever. So you essentially just have to explore the world and talk to everybody until you can find enough clues to find a ring. And then generally there's combat to get the ring back. The puzzles are usually pretty 90s. Those old adventure games on the computer that I know you're not supposed to save on the overworld, guys, but I did it so I could. Oh, he still got away, damn it. There's some leaps in logic on some of these that would not normally be expected in a modern day game. Which is why the game normally takes so long, because it's more, the game expects you to kind of be pursuing getting your party members. You get your party of 6 people all together, and then you start looking for the rings one at a time. But for me, I kind of tend to just go from town to town in the same general pattern every time, and just do everything that I need to do in each town, so that I'm generally just doing stuff in a really weird, out of order way. I should probably turn the music back up, huh? Now that the sorcerer's music is over. So anyway, guys, for the second time, sorry for the weird, glassy-eyed rambling. We're gonna actually play the game now. So we are in speed. We just grabbed the magic mirror. We showed Lenny the flipstone, so Lenny has escaped from prison. We have the magic mirror so that we can go back to chaos. And while we're here, we are going to talk to this chick. Can't let me into the upper chambers. I am handsome though, so if I give her some flowers from perfection, which I found in a treasure chest under the ocean, she will let me in. She lets me in. So that's the first of the 3 required items to beat the game. We found all 3 of them this time. First time in the treasure room. So I'm going to show her the map that we got from Lenny. Now she says if we can go to the Mines of Misery and defeat all the bandits, she'll give us the archer's symbol and we can show it to the instructor, and she'll let Feather join us. So we're not strong enough to get Feather, but we do have everything we need to get Feather. And we've started on, we've started on the Enchanter, the Necromancer, and the Conjurer, because they're all connected in their quest. Did not grab the Sextant. Because I forgot. I'm gonna come over here, buy a ship from this lovely lass. Oh, lady. Got our ship. Okay. I'm lost and I don't know why I keep on playing this old game. It's because I think it's the greatest one. Oh, never mind. We're here. Alright. So Free corpse. Pain is the true way. Pain, pain. I used to slave for Xylitile, but now I live for Void. Bruh. Look at yourself. I look terrible. Quick, bring me a bingo card. Here's your bingo card, brudda. Raucous. Go and tell Xylitile I'm back to normal. And now, we camp before that guy can attack us. Tax collectors. Alright, so we camped out of the church to get away from the priest that would have killed us in one-on-one combat. And we are now here at night. And take my symbol to Phlegm in the City of Blood. Okay. I gotta be honest, this controller is not as sensitive interfacing with this game. Now, obviously, anybody who's played this game will tell you that the movement is a little weird. There's like actually a 2-second delay on the input, so like you can see when I'm pressing buttons versus when I'm moving. It's pretty bad, but after a while you get the feel for it. Like you kind of get your timing down, and you can sort of anticipate your movements. But I've only played it with the new controller like twice, and this one is weird. Like, you can't roll your thumbs on this controller. It's an Xbox. It's one of the Xbox Series 1 controllers, I think, which is actually kind of disappointing that such a new piece of hardware can't handle you rolling your thumb on the D-pad, but whatever. But you're gonna see me running into walls a lot. Another reason I'll never be able to speed run, right? I got that one sub 3 hour and then my controller broke, so now I'll never be able to do the quick movement like I like to do. Alright, stick our heads in here. Eardrums begin to bleed. Snag that jolt spell. Oh my god, it's the same dragon. Or wyvern, sorry. If it was a dragon, I'd already be dead. Alright, so we can auto walk. Funnily enough, they don't care which body you bring to the gravesite. They just want a body. You really shouldn't be here, but I see that our mutual friend at Heck has convinced you to take his courier duty. That's fine by me, just don't go poking your nose into necromancer business. What? That's probably the only copy of Rings of Power to ever be in the state of Alaska. AK. Like, real talk. How much do they want for it? Are they selling it no controller, no box, or I'm sorry, no box, no manual for $80? Buy it, AK. Alright. So he gives us the necromancer symbol. I show him the enchanter symbol. And now we can get Mortimer in our party. Bing. Bang. Boom, baby. I really need to get another Xbox 360 controller, but I don't think I'm ever going to get a wired one that works. Alright, up through the graveyard we go. 20 bucks! Wow, that's insulting. We now have Mortimer. He doesn't need that. Alright. Yeah, take the money, you beggars. Spam! There we go. So how you doing, AK? Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. We have the wonderful MJ, who we raided the other day, in here. Got to listen to me very disjointedly ramble about the greatest open world RPG ever made for the Sega Genesis. With box. They either don't know what they have, or the internal battery is dry and you can't save it anymore. Indara bought his copy last year. He paid $80 for it. Boom. And get out of the way. I used to play a lot more. I still play retro stuff, MJ. I used to play a lot more, but I've realized as I've grown older, I have very, very low levels of patience for cheapness. And those old games, you know, they were built on, the replay value was built more on having to start over than it was on having a long and in-depth experience, which is probably why I still play this one so much, was because it was such a deep game. And it wasn't generally built on game overs and continues and stuff. So I very much am a fan of Sega and Super Nintendo. I liked Super Nintendo for the JRPGs, but pretty much everything else was Sega for me. I very much enjoyed the action games on Sega better. Alright. And Mortimer's now level 3. Go Morty. And we now have 3 party members. 28 minutes in, and we've got 3 party members, y'all. If only this damn dragon would leave me alone. I've been attacked by the single wyvern encounter 4 times already. And I swear it's the same one. Absolutely the same one, just attacking me over and over. No, never. So one of the many things we've learned about this game, AK, is that short of somebody who worked on the actual game telling me, I'm as sure as I can possibly be that part of the reason the game runs so slowly is because the random encounters in this game are actually invisible characters that are moving on the map, and when they touch you, you get pulled into a fight. And what's happening is you're getting chased by the same encounter over and over, getting into the same fight. If you defeat that enemy, it is impossible to get into a state where there are no random encounters, which means that there is an unlimited number of enemies, which means that if you kill an enemy, the game will spawn a new one, and it spawns it seems, at a level appropriate for what your party is. So the game starts out with a certain number of encounters on the map, and if you remove one of those encounters that spawned at level 1, it will put something in that's at the level you're at now. So you're actually de-incentivized to win fights that are not required, because the XP gained from battles is so minuscule that if you actually do every single thing in the game step by step and follow all the instructions like to the T, you will still be several thousand XP away from being the max level. You absolutely should not waste your time with random encounters in this game. So we will not, unless it's a pirate or something, we're not going to run from them. Oh, I messed up. I don't normally fight these guys, y'all. I really messed up. I was yammering and I pressed a button and didn't mean to. Flash is going to die. Here, run away. Yep. Hang on. So this is what I actually meant to do, y'all. Well, the run is dead. Time to reset. Reset the timer, guys. Speedrun's dead. Yeah, that's actually the first time I've done that. I was just so out of it, I wasn't even thinking. So when you get down here, you're supposed to just talk. And then you show them the symbol. You get your archer. And then you just camp. As long as you don't step away from the ladder, those enemies won't approach you. That's the strat there. Keeping in mind that I actually have a party member I'm not even supposed to have yet. It's supposed to just be Buck and the knight at that point. So you're supposed to be outnumbered in that battle. Alright. Our little shortcut back to Cathedral. Ding. Hey, buddy. Normally I wouldn't pay this full, but I'm in a hurry. Alright, so now we're gonna go have a nice chat with a lovely lady that lives on a beautiful island right over here. That's a baddie. It's chasing you, it's a baddie. Okay. Someone stole my precious, my little ogre's egg. The nasty conjurers of the South Ice Cave stole my perfect egg. I'll trade you the key for the egg. Those nasty conjurers live in a cave shaped like a giant skull. It can be found around 621 on the South Ice Plain. And if you didn't get the sextant, you wouldn't even know what she's talking about. 621? What? Yeah, longitude and latitude is a thing in this game. Also, straight up murder is a thing in this game. So, and ding. And before anybody judges me too harshly, spoiler, if you go get the egg, which requires you to go 4v4 against a group of conjurers, that is not a fun fight. You go all the way there, you get the egg, bring it back, she takes the egg, and then laughs in your face and refuses to give you the key. So, you know. I hope Calray is cooking something, because I smell burning bread, which either something under my desk is on fire, I'm having a stroke, or she's burning toast. I don't know which it is. Alright, we got the fire key. Boom. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. She burned a bagel. Alright. Oh, Jesus! Nope. I don't know how, if y'all saw the health bars on those enemies. That was bad. I had absolutely no chance of surviving that fight. They were gonna kill me before I even got a chance to run away. Whole crap load of enchanters. Just waiting. They're just like, I love the smell of unprotected sorcerer booty in the morning. So now we're on our way to the Cave of Fire, which is a thing. And it is hidden over here. See that little dark spot right there? There's the cave. Only accessible from the water. Fire key used, firewood taken. Okay. And now we just keep on keeping on this direction. This is Philip Schneider's favorite part of the game, I think. When you sail uphill here. Bing, bing, bing. And then before we go to talk to those people, we're just going to dip down here real quick for reasons. Okay, well, auto walk doesn't want to work, so we'll just do it normally. And then a little something to help me ponder. Skull from the funeral home. Back up we go. Merchant. What you got, brother? The Nectar Merchant. Hell yeah. Are you going to charge me more because I bribed you? No, you charged me. $37, Normally I would not do this here, but the nectar, y'all. Honestly, a waste of money. Absolutely 100% a waste of money. Just doing it because it's a fun run. Oh, we need to get tomes. That's the other required item. The nectar, when used, will heal your entire party's health and mana to full. As you saw, it costs about 200 gold each. You can buy balm from the City of Protection and mana from the City of Magicnia. They each cost about 15 gold. One will heal your party's HP to full, one will heal your mana to full. So you're paying like 6 times the normal price just for the convenience of not having to choose 2 items from the list. But what do you want? It's been like 6 weeks since I played this. We're having a little bit of fun. All right, there's our beautiful Alexi. There she is. Excuse me. Coming through. Use the perfect key. Get through the ideal key to get through the ideal door. And then we talk to her. Show her the symbol. Now we have unlocked the ideal woman. And that's science, because conjurers are perfect. Got the ruby. And away we go. All that's left is the enchanter. So we're going to go save. Go up here. Bing, bing. It'll just let us turn, please. Please. I need an old controller just to play this game. just for this one. How do you play Street Fighter on this controller? Oh wait. Shortcut. I'll leave that boat there. We don't need it. So, while we're here, we're gonna buy not 1 but 2 tomes because that quest is glitched, right? Right. We're gonna buy 2 Bibles from the church. We'll just buy 5 for funsies. And then we're gonna go up here, say hi to this hermit out here in the wilderness. Hey, buddy. A nice looking goblet you got back there. I take it. Okay. And now, got everything we need for the Ring of Thought and all the free level ups it brings with it. 41 minutes. My ship is not here because I'm a fool. I buy another one. I parked it over on the other side thinking it was going to be quicker. Because you could, I parked it over by the long bridge there because I was like, oh, I'll just grab it on the way, and then totally forgot. Okay. If we get over there before the sun comes up, that would be ideal. Count as night? Probably not. Yep. Hey, buddy. Check this out. Alright. Tells us that Oblique is in a bar. Now, I lied and said we had everything we needed for the Ring of Thought, but we don't. We gotta fight this guy first. Look confused, brother. Go Berserk. Plus 20% damage at the cost of 20% more mana. But Claw is free. There we go. Oh. Bears. Run, Mortimer! Don't do it! Don't get in a fist fight with a grizzly, bro. Wait, did I actually get the whip? I didn't even see. Okay, yeah, I got the whip. I was gonna say, I didn't see it pop up. Alright. Bing. Oh, and off to the enchanter we go. While we're here... Now, what did we say this was? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nope. Oh. 15, 16. You're a liar. Oh, it's because it's... Oh. Okay. It was 2, not 4. I'm dumb. I don't know. I've lost. I'm lost. Let's see. There we go. We got there eventually. 18,540. Hey, buddy. Stab him! I don't think that's gonna take. Yep. Whatever. Messing my combat all up. Holy crap! Feather. A's is spellbound. Hippie Huff, thank you for the sippies. Welcome in. That was more of a mini gulp than a sip. You got more than your channel points worth. Alright, so why did we do that? Well, we did it because there's a sea ball that we need for a reason. So it's up to over 14. And we're gonna need that for the cartographer run. Which we kind of already did the cartographer run, honestly. The no map, no sex. Well, no, we did have the map. That's another challenge run we're gonna do eventually. We're gonna do a great cartographer challenge run and just have no map. Which honestly isn't as hard as it sounds. Once you actually know where everything is, it's more just a matter of like not getting stuck in little inlets and things. That one's just gonna be a lot of me going like, oh damn, sorry, and then turning around and going back the other way. We might die here. We might die, or at least Alexi might die. I'll be okay. Run. Dickweed. Ah! Love those enchanters. That's okay, guys. Give it another 20 minutes and we'll be invincible. No, turn! Turn the ship. Thank you. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. This is the one. Bing, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. For whatever reason, you can't go underwater from the ship. You have to go out in the little rowboat. So, whatever. Okay. You know, I think that they originally had Alexi using a different spell as her base spell, because she's the only one that always starts with, it's like you have to press down, like there's no cursor on the there's no cursor on the spell menu for her when she starts, and I bet that they either forgot to, well, if they forgot to set one, it wouldn't have done anything. I think that they set the spell to be something that's not normally on her list. So it's confusing the game because it's like, oh, well, you don't know that spell. So then when you press down, it'll just go to the first thing on the list that you know. I think that's what's happening there. Because it happens with her every single time, and she's the only one that it happens to. I was literally about to zoom because I was like, this is around where they were last time. They're gonna get me again. Oh, well, maybe not. Nope. They're taking mercy on, or having mercy on me this time. There we go. Mercy. Yeah, they didn't use frenzy that time. Don't wanna talk to you right now, but I'll come back later to rob you. Hey there, guy. Okay. Just for funsies, let's see if we can beat him. I know we can't, but let's see. Nah. He's coming with me. Right off the bat. Alright. Why am I doing this? This is dumb. This is a waste of time. Okay, yeah, we lost. I was like, maybe they don't all know Frenzy. No, they all know Frenzy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you literally have to listen to exactly what Obliki says there. He says, we better get out of here. Master's gonna change his mind any second now. Let's take the back door. And he is not joking. You have to go out the back door, or you will die. Alright. Okay. Now there might, I think, be a couple of spells here that we want, but I can't get down. Oh, you jerks. Let me live my life. Of course. The entire enemy party just focused fire on Buck. What a bunch of bastards. Alright, anyway. See, now we're getting into that point where the game is like, oh, you've got a full party, so you can handle 6-on-6 battles, right? No. Can't. Do it. Don't want this. I'm not a willing participant. Really, it's my fault for using violence. But what are you gonna do? You sell earth, sell crappy spells. Oh, you sell good spells. Energy is good. Inverse is good. Okay. Necromancer's Guild. Definitely want Slay and Cure. Those are good. And then... oh. Thief the Thief. What you got going on, brother? West. Says he found the Ring of Will in a bagel he was eating the other day. He'll give me the ring if I trade him the Fuzzy Leaf of Gomez, which is supposed to make anyone who has it a master thief. He doesn't know where to find it, but we could talk to somebody else and maybe they could tell me. How helpful. Alright, we've got everything we need. Prepare your ear holes. Show me that with which you began. I started the game with a sorcerer's symbol in my inventory. There we go. Everybody gets 200 XP. The way the level ups work in this game, you gain your first level at 100 XP, and then you have to double your experience points for each level after that. So early on, it's very quick leveling. Oh, you When I got killed by the pirates and I reloaded, I hadn't gotten the whip yet when I had saved. So I got to go all the way back and get another whip. But we can still level up now. Now the run is truly dead. Nah, we got to come back over here anyway, so it's not that bad. We're just going to keep answering this first riddle, and every time we do, the whole party gets 200 XP. Next level up will be at 3,200, and then after that, it'll be 6,400, and then after that, it'll be 12,800. And just because the game is being mean to me, normally I stop at 3,200, but you know what? I'm going straight for 64. Because normally what we do is we go to 3,200 and then we gain the other levels when we go through the quests, and then we pick up the Ring of Perfection multiple times. We do that exploit where you can steal the ring without killing Dude Man and then respawn it. Because for whatever reason, normal quests give you like 200 XP, 300 XP, and getting the Ring of Perfection just gives you 2,000, because why not? Oh. If you answer the riddles fast enough, it actually stops the music, so you don't have to listen to it, which is awesome. Oh, there it goes. I thought about it. It's like thinking about breathing, right? As long as you don't think about it, you do it automatically. I'm pretty sure that you can get a whip from any Black Priest as long as it's not the random encounter. I think it just has to be one that's a static character. So we can always stick our heads in the Pit of Despair or something as we're passing by and just kill one. I think. It's been a while since I tested it, so that's okay. There we go. Next two. And if you're playing the game legit, this is pretty much where you're gonna stop gaining XP. Like this is pretty much where you are at the end of the game. You just don't gain any experience. Like, or you gain experience, but like doing every single quest in the game and fighting every required fight in the game, you're gonna be at about 8,000 XP, and you're gonna need 12,800 to get to your next level. So while we're here, even though we can't get the Ring of Thought, dang it, we can talk to the priests like we normally would and get our quests from them. So we camp out, and now we go into the Night Temple. So we'd have to come back here anyway to get the gems. And the ring, interestingly enough, the Ring of Thought itself, you get no XP for getting. It's just answering the quests, or answering the questions, so he wants us to go to New Sparta, ask them to stop attacking the people of the village. And then while we're over here, we're gonna check in with... Actually, you know what? No, we're not. We can just buy rays. We'll buy rays when we get the embalming fluid, so we're not gonna waste our time walking all the way over there just to talk to Dude Man. Alright, so everybody's now level 8. We still only have our basic spells, other than a couple of people just got better spells, but we at least have some hit points now. We can survive those attacks that we're gonna have to contend with. Split. Don't even fool with Sever. That's a debuff. Okay. Now we're ready to start laying down the law on some people. So first things first, let's go to do the Grand Tour. Oh, not there though. We don't need to tour there. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't play without a map, huh? Got our 2 dragons. We gotta guard those carefully. And we're gonna want to. Oh, we're gonna want to go. Okay. Straight through this little gap here. Hang a right. Pit of Despair. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a whip from one of these Black Priests here. This is a place we normally never come to. Hey guys, what's up? Look at all that health. That's okay. Oblique's gonna get Frenzy, and then we'll be the pirates then. Use. Most powerful one is used, and Anthrax is spellbound. Oh, Anthrax number 2 advances. Scourge advances. Correct. Okay. Dead. Good job. Oh, it's going to be a miscast. Yep. Other one didn't take any damage at all. And y'all got to remind me to turn the music back up when the good music's on. I turned it down again because of that horrible sorcerer music. Stab him! Give me that whip. Nope. It's just that one. It's just that one priest that drops a whip. Okay. That's poopy. We gotta go back over there to get Frenzy. And to get the Ring of Will eventually, so I'm doing stuff a little out of order. I want to try and thread this needle. You bastards. They were waiting for me. Blocking the road. Dang it. That's okay. We'll get them. We got a couple of characters that can actually deal damage now, so the knights are gonna suck. The knights are gonna reduce our max HP, but we're walking right past the temple in a minute, so. Mucus is spellbound. Conjurer's down. That isn't fun. Please stop it, sir. Hey, what was that? Minus 32 max hit points. That's a quarter of my max HP gone. That's okay. We got this. It's all a matter of luck now for them. Bing. And play. He's got one more round of spellbound after that. He's not gonna take it. Anthrax is spellbound. Fuck. Well, we had really good luck on the drops at the start, but we made up for it with some absolutely terrible blunders, some phenomenal blunders, if you will, by me, yours truly. If I'm gonna be the only one that streams this game, the least I could do is play it correctly, right? There we go. Shock. Stick our heads in the library real quick. I gotta say, those chairs look very comf. Look like the chair, those little blue things are supposed to be chairs. They look like they're just made up of giant orbs of stuffing that are just like arranged in chair shape. I think they're supposed to look like futons or something. I approve. Okay. So we got the ID. Now we can go over here. Straight up the driveway into the castle. Help me with my quest. City. Right. Nope. No thank you, Mr. Dino. Death, health. I really need to just stop buying the heal spells entirely, right? Like, what's the point? I never use heal. I never use healing in an actual fight. There we go. So we could have used Nectar to get our health back there, but if we had, it wouldn't have restored the debuff from the Knights. The Knights, every level, they have a spell that reduces your max HP, and the only way to fix it is with a heal spell from a temple, so... So she's going to give us the specs for the lens, for the Great Telescope. And if we can if we can get them the lens, because the pirates are making life difficult, as pirates do, they will help us find a ring. We'll grab those. And I'm going to grab a ship. I don't want to, but I also don't want to walk back the other way because I'm lazy. So, and we're gonna head over to Commerce real quick, grab some more money. We'll go to that one town where we can grab money, right? But. You've got Dazzle and Insane, which I can't afford. Dang it. That's okay. We got one more boat stone. We're gonna use it right here. Treasure room. Boom. Oh, 5 bridgestones. Talk about a useless rare treasure. That's not fair. I usually do use a couple around the Ring of Variation, depending on if I'm going to go grab Calling while I'm over there, which I probably will do this time. So, lottery ticket. 4 crystals. Jewelry, that's good money. Crystal. Okay. Blades. And for anyone who's wondering, these chests do respawn. We figured out, I can't remember who it was that I learned it from. Super Whiteout? Remember. But actually learned that I thought it was time-based or something, but it's actually based on, once you've been in a fight, all the chests respawn in the world. So you can get in a fight, come back, and then do that again. And that. Not maxed, but close enough. Oh, hang on. Missed. Swing and a miss. Grab the insane spell. And head over here. And while we're in this general vicinity, we're gonna get attacked by pirates. Yay! Except now, we can deal damage too. Not enough to keep them from casting Frenzy on us, but we can survive it. Insane. Stun them both. Do it. Aw. Boo. The Frenzy. Such a busted spell. It's only fair when I use it. Forgot to buy Brand when I was in Cathedral as well. A lottery ticket. Aww. If I win the jackpot right here, I'm gonna do... Oh, 100 gold. Not the jackpot. It wasn't the jackpot. I didn't say what I was gonna do. I started to say I was gonna do something, and then I realized I didn't have money. So I was gonna say I'm gonna gift five subs immediately, but I don't actually have that much money in my bank account until we get paid tomorrow. So I can't do that. Okay, so what I was gonna say is, before I got distracted by my own brain, I'm gonna go over here to protection real quick and grab the fire spell for Feather. Normally I wouldn't do it yet. Talking about the graphics or the not having money. This isn't even right, is it? I don't think this is the right spot. Yes, it is. I'm a pro gamer. Don't listen to me. Alright. So, while we're here... Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I swear. That's my friend MW. I love her, but she has a knack for always calling me when I'm streaming. She only ever wants to talk to me when I'm streaming. Where in the world am I? I'm near the city of Protection. Or do you mean IRL? I think in the past month, she's called me during 6 streams. And I only stream like 14 times a month. So she's at like a 40% rate in the real world. She doesn't understand the concept of schedules. I live in Virginia. Right near Richmond. Just outside of Richmond City. You can't tell from my southern accent that everybody says I have. Oh. I only sound like I have a southern accent until you've actually talked to somebody with a southern accent, and then you realize that your whole life has been a lie. Huh. I'm just gonna walk away. This Enchanter's Guild. There we go. Oh, well. Oh, I already bought it. I'm so out of my own brain right now that I forgot I bought the spell already that I came here to buy. Okay. Here we go. The problem is I am ice cold sober right now, and it's making me bad at games. Yeah. No. Depending on which part of Virginia you're dealing with, there's like 4 very distinct accents in Virginia, because you got the people in Nova. Well, actually 5, because you got Nova, which is over the up near Maryland, DC area. You got the Norfolk area. You got the Central area. You got Southwest, which is. And then you got Eastern Shore, which is its own beast entirely. Eastern Shore is just like a little peninsula that you can only get to over the water or through Maryland. But it's part of Virginia, and they have a special way of talking. My button got stuck. That's what she said. All right. I need to go to the city of mine so I can get rich. All right, we're gonna hit this up, and then we're gonna buy a whole boatload of gems, go back to commerce, sell the gems, max our money, and then we'll be back on track again. And the reason we're going so out of the way to do this right now is because we're about to get into some pretty serious fights. It's a 6-on-1, but it's against high-level enemies. And I want to just kill them quickly. And then, because as we are beginning to pursue the rings, we're going to go, ooh, Dragonstones, extra Dragonstones, nice. We're about to go to the embalming place to get the embalming fluid for the Sun Temple, and when you go there, while you're there, you can actually purchase all 3 of the master level spells for the Necromancer. It's the only place I know of that you can buy them other than Magic BS, which charges double. And I'm not about spending 6,000 gold on more spells than I have to. I have to buy one for the sorcerer. But I usually buy Reaper and Raise there, and you can get Raise for free as part of a quest. But again, I'm lazy. So. Buddy. So while we're here, we'll cap off our food and water. It's been a while. Thank you for the sippies, MJ. Hope you're enjoying Rings of Power so far. And I didn't even ask how the rest of Cassette Beasts went. I hope that you made lots of progress and got lots of cool monsters in that game. I stuck around for a good long time yesterday. For anyone who was here yesterday, we did a little surprise unplanned stream of Cassette Beasts, and then afterwards we raided MJ, who is the same level as me. It's hard to tell if they have the same progress as me, because even though we're both in that level 45 range, the game is so open, you really don't know how far someone is into it, right? But you also don't really get spoilers because it's so open. There we go. 2022. Perhaps I treated you harshly. Let's... And then, while we're here, again, just doing those things we do for reasons, we're gonna just sail our little boat down here into the swamp. There's the hill where we started, right up there. Come over here. into this mysterious swamp. Let's just randomly check this square here. Get attacked by some gremlins and frenzy them into the dirt. Actually, that's a crappy frenzy. It's only 4 hits target. Bing, bing, bing. Okay. So then I might just be over leveled because I've done 6 captains and I've killed 3 archangels and I've opened up most of the map, like a little over 2/3 of the map. I got the finger. I think when we start I think I've said this before, Calrea and Hippie Huff, but when we do D&D again, when I finally have time for DMing again, I think I want to do a world setting based on this game. A touch underleveled. Okay. Oh. Items. Boom. You snap the bone in two. The witch shimmers and becomes ugly, then collapses into a pile of goo. You steal a lock of hair from the pile of goo, and away you go. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I forgot. So if you zoom on any of the swamp squares in this swamp, not in normal swamps, but in this swamp, you will always get attacked by those guys. They're weak, but it's just something to remember. I fought the Puppet Master Archangel, and I didn't even know I was about to fight the Puppet Master Archangel, and I got through it on sheer grit. All I had left was an Elfless that only knew Quick Smack, and I had just managed to drop the enemy's accuracy before I died. So I was essentially just flailing at it with Quick Smack and hoping he was gonna miss me over and over. And that was how I learned that every subway has an Archangel, and you don't go in there without saving, because I had not saved yet. Alright. I managed to figure out his little game. Rebel and Astral did not tell me how to beat him. They were like, there's a trick to it, and I'm like, okay. And I kind of figured it out on my own pretty quickly. Pretty quickly, but also just in time. Alright, so the cap on money is 15,000, so we're gonna stop there. Oh lord, I don't even know. I have a bootleg Mardiusa that is glitter element, which is interesting. I have a bootleg Jormungand that's earth element. Those two are just kind of there for fun. My main one right now is I have a Weevilite, and then I have Decibel with Kaylee. So the others are kind of just there, taking up space. Like, I really only use, I didn't really much care for the starter. I started with the Candy Monster, and then went the alchemy path. Didn't much care for that monster, which tracks because in Pokemon games I usually end up not using the starters either. Yeah, didn't care for that. The Weevilite's the main one for me. I very much like the Weevilite. It's a cool design, and he's got a good mix of moves. So I'm pretty happy with him. Oh, that's cool. I don't have a bootleg one. I just have the standard, like, you know, you catch a traffic crab, and that's how you learn how to catch monsters or whatever. And and I just kind of stuck him in my party, and he took so long to get to level 5 so I could remaster him. I was like, this thing's gotta be good, because you figure it's like Pokemon, right? Like, the more powerful base level monsters, like the monsters with higher base levels, are the ones that take longer to evolve. So I was like, this thing's gotta be wild when it evolves. And sure enough, he also lucked out and got a version of multi-smack that does range damage instead of physical, so he's pretty strong. Hey guys, remember me? Let's dance. Yeah. It's definitely not consistent across all the monsters. And let's play it safe. Boom, baby! Half the party stunned. Oh, love it. You love to see it. And then you get all those, those up grapes, and you're like, should I save these or should I just waste them? And I usually end up just wasting them to evolve stuff faster. Oh, look at that beautiful frenzy. Oh, 10 hits. Love it. Remember when these guys absolutely rolled me like half an hour ago? And they didn't even get to attack me this time? I remember that. Yeah. I mean, if you think of it as it's not a waste because you're evolving monsters, which lets you... And this is why we came back. The pick. We need that picture. That's a required item. It's actually a very nasty thing. We'll talk about more about the pick in a minute. But you figure you get rewards for every 10 things you put in the bestiary, and the rewards are pretty good. So I don't mind using those to like evolve monsters faster and get those rewards faster. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, is there anything like once you get to level 5 and your monster is fully evolved, is there like a thing where every time you level you get like an extra move, or is it just like thanks for being capped, you know? Like, oh, you're max level, congratulations. And then nothing happens. Let's see. Oh, I go back here. We're gonna go over here. If you want to tell me, that's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind people telling me mechanics of games. I'm just not wild about story spoilers, but I also know, you know, if you stream, you got to be ready for it. So, but yeah, I mean, if you wanna clue me in on the mechanics, I would absolutely love that information. And okay, you keep getting more stickers. That's good. Oh, hey guys, we got to crash the game real quick. Crash the game for luck. How long do you think it'll take Void to kill us? 113 seconds. By a cruel twist of fate, Void has found your party and exterminated you in a mere 113 seconds. There was nothing you could do. Please try again with a saved game. Always crash the game for luck. So this is one of those things that you learn from playing the game too much, MJ. So when Void finds your party, it's how they're it's their way of telling you that the game returned a fatal error and it has to restart itself, rather than it just showing you like a screen and saying like, oh, the game crashed. They actually do an in-world lore explanation. Void found you. You're dead. But I think, and again, I don't know for certain, but after lots of experimentation, I am 99% certain that what's happening is these squares, these white things, are not walkable squares, okay? So there's something in the game saying you can't walk there. This character, this townie, spawned on one. I think they meant to put her in the square where I am, because there are some other buildings like this where the townie spawns where I'm standing. But when you walk on somebody, it forces them to switch with you. See, you push them out of the way. So what's happening is she's on a non-walkable square, but because she's there, the game is letting me switch places with her. Now I can walk off and I'm fine. And now I can't get back onto that square. We're good. So what's happening is when you come in here and she's on that square, you switch with her. And then if you try to switch back, you are trying to step off into an empty square, but you're also trying to force an NPC into a non-walkable square. The game doesn't know how to say, well, she can't step there, so she'll step to the left instead. She has to switch with you. It has to be flipped. But because that's a non-walkable square, the game's like, well, I don't know. There's a couple of spots in the game that you can do this. But this is the one that I always do every time. And the number, the 113 seconds, I have had other things happen where Void has showed up and killed me in a different amount of time. The number of seconds is the error code. I'm almost positive that that's the error code. So if you cause the error where you try to force somebody into an unwalkable square, you get an error code of 113 seconds every time. Which I think is hilarious. And I always do it. Every single time we crash the game for luck. Hey buddy, I need you to stop being a douche. So, those pathetic fools want mercy. Will only the strong survive? Why should I honor the request of a weakling like you? Prove yourself in my arena. Will do. And again, I don't know for sure. I mean, I would love it if what's his name? Jason Rubin or Andy Gavin was to jump in and chat with me about this game. I don't even know who owns the rights to this game. Like I was saying earlier, it's like a side quest in my life, right? I don't want to say it's my life's work, but it's definitely a side quest that I want to return this game. I want this game to be popular enough one day that they make it again, or I just want to buy the rights to the game and then make it remake it myself. But I honestly don't even know who owns the rights to this game anymore. So I'm always tagging Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog does not own the rights to this game, but I still tag them in this all the time. There's a lot of cool articles about this game. Jason Rubin, there was an interview, it's been over a decade now. Jason Rubin did an interview where he said this was the last game that Naughty Dog made for fun before they like sold their company or whatever. This was like the last game they just made exactly the way they wanted it. Like, and then after this, they kind of hit it big and they started making games more for commercial. Yeah. Oh, I've beaten this game over 24 times on stream. Even with all the distractions and stuff, I'll probably beat this in 3.5 hours. Just whole game, full run. And even then, I still learn new things almost every time I play. Like, we probably like 4 or 5 months ago, we did a run where I, just for whatever reason, I kept playing a little bit after the game was over. And I figured out that if you run out of food while you're on a dino, which I never use the dinosaurs, but you can buy dinosaurs and then ride them, and it eliminates the random encounters. if you are riding a dino and run out of food, the dino will buck you off, and then if you chase after it and try to ride it again, instead of jumping on it, you go into a close-up with a pair of townies that look like the people that sell you dinos. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's like Animal Protective Services comes and takes your dinosaur away from you. It does. That's not what they don't tell you that's what's happening, but that's pretty much what's happening. Is like, all of a sudden, if you try to ride the dino again, instead you're confronted with a dino trainer that won't talk to you. They just ignore you if you, or well, I think they talk to you, but they don't like sell you anything. So we found an underwater tavern a while ago, just outside of Protection. That was fun. We do a lot of challenge runs of this where we try to beat the game in different ways. I did a double date challenge run where you only have 4 party members. You have the 2 women and then one man plus Buck. So you're on a double date. I've actually beaten this entire game with only 3 characters. I wanted to beat it with fewer than 3 characters, but I realized that you actually have to have the Necromancer and the Conjurer to win, because they each have an item that's... Well, the Conjurer has the ruby that you need to get the Ring of Thought, and then the Necromancer has to be in your party to be able to get the Raise spell, which you need to get into the Necropolis. So you can't buy spells for a character that's not in your party. So yeah, we learn random things every time we play this, and then we log it. We remember it for next time. Oh, I'm gonna. Boom. So many different kinds of fireball that I can shoot. Look at that. That was kind of scary that Dragon used Jin on me. That's the master level spell for the Conjurer. I don't normally buy... Y'all don't normally get to see the Jin spell unless an enemy uses it on me, because I tend to just have her use Blaze. See, once we go to Shard, which we're actually going to go to in a minute, we get the Blaze spell, and we just go 420 the whole way, because it's like the highest damage spell in the game, other than random. Boom. Alright. Killed all your pets. Your triumph in the arena entitles you to a favor. If you choose to waste it on the moon people, then so be it. Thank you. I came by my knowledge, honestly. I've played this game too much. Hey, Chainsaw Bear. Well, you know, I do have a 2 intelligence. Philip Schneider. Now, speaking of people who learn things, Chainsaw Bear and 420 mode, Chainsaw Bear tried to play this game one time and somehow managed to walk into a place that I didn't think you could actually get to on foot. It absolutely shattered my mind when I saw that he had gotten there on foot. How are you doing, buddy? Welcome in. So glad to have you. Did you miss the Rings of Power as much as I did? You beat the game with a dino on foot. You defeated the game. There's a difference between beating it and defeating it. Alright, so now go up here for a second. It's a very small distinction. Good. I remember you said you were gonna take the baby bear with you. Back to work now. Well, don't do that. Alright, so... Hey, Kale, welcome in! The gang's all here. How you doing? Did you see my post about bulbs? Greetings. I'm busy working on an experiment right now. I take it you want some embalming fluids. There will be no charge for the fluids. A necromancer never gets in the way of a good embalming job. Good. Yeah, he's still getting used to the weight of his head, I think. Because when he turns his head, he swings his head really hard, which sounds strange, but you think, you know, he's not a huge animal, right? I mean, so the amount of weight that he lost just in the fluid that was in his eye, and then the eye itself, he's very whoosh when he turns his head now. But he's like more alert. Like, you know, everybody keeps saying you couldn't have known, right? I couldn't have known. But even with the surgery being less than 24 hours ago, his level of alertness and energy is higher than it has been since we rescued him. It has already greatly improved his life quality. Just the fact that those teeth are gone, the fact that the eye is gone and it's not hurting him anymore. He is very bright-eyed now. You know, he was always kind of like, he'd always kind of have he'd be kind of like clenching his eyes and stuff. It's because he had a splitting headache. He had like a triple strength migraine for the last 4 years. And now that headache is gone, he's just like, you know, he's only got the one eye, but he's like bright-eyed and he's looking around and he's looking at stuff and he's getting along with the other cats. The other cats they get up in his face to check him out when he came back, and he's just like, hey guys. Like, it makes me really happy that he's doing as well as he is. Oh, we got extra tomes. That's right. Hang on. Yeah. That's a weird glitch in that quest. Welcome! Magic sand from Mesa. You don't see stuff like this every day. Alright. You know what, guys? All that yammering and carrying on I did, I forgot to get the whip again. I gotta go back to Cathedral again. Dang it. Okay, this is fine. We can make this work. We are the masters of Ushkaba. So we'll go this way instead. We'll do the stuff for the Ring of Division. We'll do the maze. And then we'll come back around. Oh, there's where the conjurers are. We want to go stomp them just for funsies. Hey guys, what up? Yeah, he's doing good. He really wants me to pet him, but the problem is his teeth were taken out here, and his eye was taken out here, so there's not a lot of space on his head that I can touch without being worried I'm going to hurt him. So I think he's a little disturbed that I'm not petting him more. But, such is life. Here's that place that cheater Chainsaw Bear got to. Oh, greetings. I just like to have fun. Do whatever needs to be done. Work is no fun. I hate school. Can you give me any information that will aid me with my quest? I don't care about your quest. Look, mister, talking about this stuff is really boring. Want to play Rings of Power on my computer? In there. Okay. The milk key used. Youth milk taken. Okay. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. I'll talk to her. Give her the lock of hair. She'll give me the iron key. So now we've got everything we need for the Ring of Division. And go. Cave time. A dark cave. The forest. It's yeah. It's 3. Oh. So we're going through this maze, trying to get to the center of the maze so we can retrieve the fuzzy leaf of Gomez. And directly next to my character, you can see there's like a darker triangle right here. This little square. I don't know if you can see it right there. That's what we're looking for. That's what a hill looks like in this game. Right? Because that's the light side, the medium side, and then the dark side of the hill. So we're looking for all of those little squares. We step on them, we hear a sound, and if you step on each one exactly one time, there are certain stumps in the maze that will vanish. If you step on one twice, it'll reappear, and you gotta kind of step on it again. You have to step on each button exactly one time. If you step on it more, then you'll mess yourself up. I don't think there's anything over here. I always check, but there's never anything. So the guy back where we last got killed by pirates, Keith the Thief wants the fuzzy leaf of Gomez, so we can trade him the leaf, and he claims he'll give us the Ring of Will, which he found in a bagel he was eating the other day. Keith the Thief, interestingly enough, was actually the protagonist of the game that Naughty Dog made before this one, which was called Keith the Thief. So it's a nice little reference to another game in their past. And it literally says, like, when you stand outside the building, it's like this building is the center of the Thieves Guild or something. It says it tells you the Thieves Guild are led by the mysterious Keith the Thief. Legend says he came from another world. Alright, this is our glitchy one. We're gonna step on it. There we go. Sometimes that one goes off twice when you step on it. If you're playing with your sound off, you won't realize it and it'll mess you up. Game is perfect in all ways. Does exactly what it's supposed to. Yeah, he's still, Hobbs still has the stitches and everything, obviously. He's got the stitches in his mouth. They're going to dissolve naturally over time. We got to take him back to get the stitches out in his eye in about 14 days. So once he's healed up, we'll put him back up. But I'm not going to As much as I love to show him off, I'm not gonna throw him up on camera while he's healing from surgery. There's not many people out there that still watch me that were here when I first started, but when I first started streaming, I actually had a Hobbs Says Hello redeem, where people could redeem channel points, and I'd bring him and put him on screen. I had one for him and one for Momo, and got to be a little bit unwieldy, trying to, especially with Momo. Once Momo got a little bigger and she was faster than me, she's not a huge fan of being picked up. She'll let me pick her up, but once I pick her up, I gotta make it quick. I can't walk around with her. So. And Hobbs is just old. I felt bad because he'd be sleeping while I was streaming, and I'd be picking him up and waking him up. All right. Leaf taken, y'all. We did it. Was everybody paying attention? Did you get it? Did everybody see all the turns and memorize them for next time? You must have a map and be outside. Alright, so from here we can just go straight up. And then... the first time I ever streamed this game, or, well, my first run of the game, the first time I streamed this game, I actually did it in 1 hour increments, which took way too long. I did a run of it, and when I got to the maze, I was telling a story about how my TV, when I was a kid, my TV didn't have color on it, so I played this on a black and white TV, and I was talking about how the maze used to mess me up so badly because there was like no way to tell where I was in the maze without color on the screen. And I posted the video on YouTube, and somebody immediately made a salty comment about how they were like, you told a 5-minute story about how this was so hard when you were a kid, and then you immediately ran through the maze faster than anyone could ever keep up. And I was like, yeah, that was 20 years ago. Like, so I was like, I'm sorry. Next time I'll do better. And the next time I did it, I like took my time going through, and now I run it again. So. But they did. I was like, this wasn't that kind of run, bro. Like, I'm not the guy. If you need a walkthrough of this game, like, I'm breaking the sequence in every possible way. Like, I haven't done anything. Starting with the very first objective, go talk to Thalmus. I have done 0 things in the order that are required, or that are expected for the game. So don't watch me play this to learn how to play this. You might be asking yourself, hey, why is he here? I've memorized this game, and there's no need for him to come over here yet. To which I would say, you're right. I need to get the whip. So I figured I might as well do it now. We're not setting any world records on. Hey, look, there's my ship that I forgot a while ago. Not setting any records anytime soon on this run, so. I actually have a highlight, if just in all seriousness, if anybody is a hardcore fan of this game and they're like, man, I want to know how to beat this. If you actually want to see how to beat this, there is a highlight video of this that I've saved on my channel. If you search Rings of Power, like the category, all the there's a couple of videos of Yelleth from our community, from the Jank Bros, where he beat it. And then there's one from some other random person, and then there's like 3 videos from me. There's one of my fastest time, and then there's one that's the long form play, where I actually play it according to the book. So if people want to know how do you actually beat this game the way it's supposed to be done, there is a 13-hour video of me playing the game according to the instruction booklet, but that was a challenge run. There we go, we got the whip. It's that whip we forgot about. So. Whip it into shape. Gotta whip this run into shape. Kale. Oh, hang on. See, y'all thought I forgot the ship, but really, I left it there for a very specific reason, and this was all part of my plan, and I knew exactly what I was doing. Oh, the orb. Okay. Normally I'd be coming over here with the orb. I was like, what do I need here that I've skipped because I'm doing this out of order? I need to go grab the orb from the snow, which works because I'm about to go buy the master spells. Oh. You know, I used to close all these chests because I thought, as a foolish child and also adult, that if you didn't close the chests, they wouldn't respawn. I was a damn fool. Just seeing if anybody's watching. Oh, a corpse. Nice. Panini. Nice. I wonder why it is that the corpse sale value is capped at 1,500, but the Faninis can go all the way up to like 28. Why is that? Yeah, exactly, Kale. And then I was going to say, that's okay, there's nothing in there. And then I was going to be wrong. Huh. Normally that one doesn't have anything in there. That's interesting. Maybe if you leave it for last, something spawns in that chest? Whatever. Well, their little townie is going to get absolutely wrecked. Well, you run with a bad crowd, you come to a bad end. That's just life. Bang. I'd buy the rapid spell for him while I'm here too. They even have a lore-based reason for why the world looks like this when you get into a fight. There's actually some people, I can't remember who it is. I think it's people in the at Oxford or Oxbridge, whichever it is, at the university that explain to you that whenever you get into a fight, you get sent to the combat realm so that your spells don't destroy the world, because we're all throwing fireballs and causing earthquakes and stuff. So that's why you get shunted over to that weird little random pocket dimension. It's like something that the god in the game Nexus set up so that when there's battles, people don't cause widespread destruction in the world. Which actually shows more thought than Pokemon, right? Pokemon battles, you send out your fire-breathing dragon inside of someone's house, and you just, like, no consequences. So. Alright. Now we got enough money, we can go buy 2 master spells. And we can get the orb. And we can also get a couple of spells for Buck. And we can turn the lens in while we're over here as well. Get our first Ring O power. We're back on track. Greetings. Yeah. Let's see if we can remember where the orb is without struggle. Right? Go over here. And because we totally did all the quests to get the 2 pieces of the pirate treasure map and then to combine them so that we could figure out where the... Oh no, that was for the crystal ball. This was the log. Right? We know that we come... I don't think it's here. No. I'm totally lost. I was running my mouth. I wasn't looking at what I was doing. Is it 26204? I can't remember. No, I think it's... Huh. I can't remember what the spot is for it now. $26,204 maybe. That doesn't look right. I've messed up, guys. I was yammering, and I wasn't paying attention to my landmarks. 26206, maybe. Might have to look it up. Actually, no, we don't have to look it up. We can just, we can turn in the flags in Magicnia, and that'll give us half of it. Oh, don't even. There we go, 26206. I was right. Gotcha. You thought I forgot. Yeah, don't forget to save on the map, right? That was actually a little scary. Like, I know I'm a high enough level to handle any random battle, but I was like, oh! Okay. If we couldn't remember what we could have done here, we could have just come here and then used our 5 flags, and Dude Man would have given us half of the map. Or wait, no, again, that's for the crystal ball. That's not for the orb. I always... Okay, whatever. Anyway, we got it. Wait. Do I have any more boat stones? Nah, I used them all up. Hey, wait. Well, this is just an actual waste of money. But, whatever. And then, app. Use a bridge stone, which we don't have. Oh god, everything's falling apart, y'all. Oh, run! It's okay. Oh, never mind. Hello, traveler. Pulls knife. What you get? Remember I had those bridge stones and I talked about how I never how I never used them. I was like, "Oh, I never used that. That's a useless treasure item." Yeah. Wait. I don't need this item. Alright, y'all. This isn't even the right temple. See, this is what happens when I only play this game once every 6 weeks. I turn into a sloppy, filthy casual. Lost some party members on that one. This is that ridiculous puzzle that we never do, right? We just go for it. There we go. Ring of Variation acquired. While we're here. Might as well, I suppose. Yeah, that's that thing where it wants you to go, it's like 32 steps that you have to do. I actually wonder, because you can consistently make it if you come in the entrance and go down one and then over, it's like pretty consistent that you can make it. And I'm actually wondering if the skulls and the green squares are a trick, and it's actually just certain squares deal damage and certain ones don't, regardless of the design, you know? That would be really nasty, but also would make a lot more sense given the fact that you have to memorize a very specific pattern of steps. Like, yeah, I don't know. What's up, chick? You want this? Take it. Thank you for my crystal ball. Ring of Calling taken. Boom. Second Ring of Power acquired. Those rings are right next to each other on the map, and you would never know it if you were doing stuff in order in the game. We're low on money. That was a pirate chasing me. One day soon, we're going to have to do our World of Void. I've been talking about the World of Void run for so long. We got to do it. For anybody who isn't familiar or who has forgotten, the World of Void challenge run is the ultimate challenge run in this game. Because so much of the game you don't ever actually see. I figure the best way to see the entire world is once we beat the game, we're going to kill every NPC. Some NPCs are magically protected and you can't hurt them. That might go away after the game is over. I don't know, because once you beat the game, you can keep playing. It just becomes free play mode. And I have never played. I think I played for like 10 minutes once when I found out about the dinosaurs bucking you when you run out of food. But other than that, I've beaten this game dozens of times, and I've never actually played the game after beating it. Even though the game literally says the world is yours, have fun. So I figure the best way to do that is by just dunking on the entire planet, by killing every single person in every single building that we can find. Sounds right. So we're gonna do that. Why did I buy the Insane spell for Buck? That's not the same spell as the one that, the Necromancer has. It's a useless spell. I only needed Mesmer. No wonder my money's so low. Extra 900 gold I didn't have to spend. So that's gonna be what we're gonna do. We're gonna beat the whole game, and then we're gonna probably spend like 10 hours just killing all the NPCs. And I'm curious to see how it's gonna go, because I know that you have a reputation system in this game, but I don't know if the reputation system is based on town by town, or if it's worldwide. Because if it's worldwide, then eventually we will reach a point where everyone in the world just attacks us on sight, and we might run out of food and water before we can kill everybody, right? If the merchants won't sell to us, like, we might just starve to death, which would be a fitting end. Time for sippies. Thank you, Kale. Kale's like, stop talking and take a breath. And that's actually it for the coffee. So we're switching to water now. Right? How many corpse fights are we gonna get in here? What do y'all think? I think 2. Sometimes the corpses are quicker than others. And the last square turns green, and the key's polarity is reversed. The chase key taken. Good thing the key is still out here, because that's how we know that nobody could have possibly beaten us in here and stolen the key, right? We know that, because we've got the key, the only way to get in. See? Might have to turn the light on my camera on soon. It's getting a little dark here. And you're dead. I still say that Blaze and Stones both being the same level spell for the same character was an intentional thing. Oh. Hello, Buck. Fancy meeting you here. It seems the ring was real after all. Old Ricci had it on him all the time. I hate to do this, Buck, but if you want this ring, you're gonna have to take it from me. This is one of our classmates from the start of the game. Interestingly enough, there of the 6 types of character in the game, well, the 6 main schools of magic, you can see alternate versions of everything but the sorcerer. So there are no random sorcerers wandering around in this game. Every single sorcerer in the game is a specific named character. Whereas you can just fight like random knights and necromancers and everything else all over the place. Sorcerers are special. Every sorcerer is named, and actually every single named sorcerer appears in the every sorcerer, I will say every sorcerer that you fight appears in the opening sequence of the game. There are no other sorcerers that you can battle. Any other sorcerer that you see in the game is magically protected, so you can't just go after them for no reason. Because I started to say that, and I was like, well, no, there are the sorcerers in Oxbridge and the one in the Asylum, but they don't count because they're all, if you try to fight them, it says, I'm magically protected, you can't hurt me. Crappy Frenzy. What does this do? Okay. Yeah, it's a useless spell. I think it's supposed to just push them away from you, but it's not really. Movement is a thing in this game. Like movement before and after spells does affect the game in a way, in a meaningful way, but not in a meaningful enough way that it's worth having your best attacker do that instead of attack something. All right, so we got our third ring of power. We got the ring of advancing now, y'all. Advancing, variation, and calling. A little low on money, but we're not going to be buying anything, so that's okay. And we're going to be getting into a lot of required fights soon, so. So once we get down here, we're going to land at that little random dock. Just chilling. And there we go. Oh, I messed up. There we go. Now we're gonna go up the river to the city of Dagon. Dagon. I don't know. Dagonia. Stand before the seat of Dagon power. More than 500 years the Dagons have ruled from this place. Sorry, you can't go in there. King's orders. But if you donate all your money to the Dagon throne, I'll let you in. What do you say? Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Do you want a receipt? I really can't stand around here gabbing with you. He says all your money, but he actually only takes 1,000. Only 1,000. Welcome to my city, pleb. I am the appointed regent of King Dagon, the 24th of Dagonia. I will bless you with but a moment of my time. He wants us to go kill Fiverr. We've already helped Fiverr sneak out of town. So now we can show him the Milk of Youth. By the way, Fiverr didn't cheat at poker. I just hate to lose, so I had you kill him. Well, joke's on you, because I let him go. Now we use the iron key that we got from the lady in the old town. I feel very strange. Am I the king? What do I do? And fight. Bap. And for those of you following along at home, the regent is evil, and he has the king under a spell. So we gave him the Milk of Youth. We were told that the Milk of Youth would heal the king's ailment, and he just kept it for himself. So. But we have to give him the milk so he'll let us have the run of the castle so we can actually, like, get in to talk to the king. And then we kill him. Boom. And we take the milk from his still warm body. That's a quote. And then we take the milk from his still warm body. He's still a little foggy, and in the haze, he gives us the Ring of Division without realizing what he's doing, and then we run out of the town, never come back. And that's the Ring of Division down. Oh, I knew I forgot something. Hang on. Oh, well, actually, you know what? We gotta go back this way anyway, so no biggie. I forgot to drop the orb off, but we can go that way to get to Cathedral later anyway, so. Where am I? I'm not nearly far enough south. I can make that work. Okay. And cross country. The Thieves Guild, led by the mysterious Keith the Thief. Legend has it, he came from another world. Hey, buddy. Show him the leaf. You actually found the leaf. Amazing. Well, I'm really sorry, but I traded my ring to a priest named Yappa for a good luck charm. He said he was going to the Great Cathedral with his prize. You can look for him there. You wooed. Jewelry. Getting a little low on money. But that's okay. We're going in the direction of commerce in a moment. So, here. Bing. So now we can go back, we can talk to the priests in the temple. We can finally get the Ring of Thought. I think this is the first time I've ever not gotten the Ring of Thought. Well, actually, that's not... No, that is true. Because even when we did our challenge run, what was it? If you like it, put a ring on it. Challenge run, we had to get the Ring of Thought before we could actually start getting party members, so... That was a fun one. That one ended up making me have to play in a very weird way. If you like it, then put a ring on it. You have to have a ring from a school of magic before you can recruit the party member for that school of magic. And because the necromancer rings have the highest level combat, rather than getting the necromancer first, which I usually do, we had to save him for last, to the point where we essentially went through the entire game without our second best party member. Show me the symbol of despair. Whip. Good, you may go on. Stuff is armor found inside. Bring me protection that is not hide. Okay, I pick a skull. The skull from the Shady Rest Funeral Home. Show me a vessel of fluid containment. Goblet. Show me that which came from Nexus. The ruby, which, if you're paying attention when Alexi joins your party, she tells you that it's called the Eye of Nexus. And there's the Ring of Thought. Come over to the dark side, Buck. It is your death. Nighttime, so we'll go talk to the Moon Priest. You can find the Moon Gem in the foam pool on the first floor. Unfortunately, it is not here prior to completing that quest. They were too smart. All the other sequence breaks be damned. You are gonna do that quest. Alright. Now we can give the embalming fluid to the Sun Priest. And luckily, the Sun Gem is not in the pool of fire on the top floor. Don't tell anyone, though. I really shouldn't do this, but Here you go. Don't tell the high priest back in Cathedral. Got you, bro. And that's the Sun Gem. So now we have what we need to get the Ring of Perfection. While we're here, hop on a dragon. Fly straight to the left. Ding. Somewhere one of your craft has been lost. So if we hadn't found sand in a treasure chest, this is where we would have had to come to get the sand, as this town as well. But we're just here to jam out. So what do we think? Is it going to be a woman or an enchanter? I think it's going to be an enchanter. Oh. What's up, friend? Buy us around? You have nothing that interests me. Hey, that picture is of my shape. So this is what I was saying earlier. So when you go to get the enchanter Oblique, you cannot, unless you seriously cheese the game, there is no way you can beat those guys when you get him in your party. You have to sneak out, you have to run away, and then you have to remember that they're there, because to get the Ring of Mutation, you have to go show that specific NPC the picture that they drop when you kill them. This is one of the harder quests in the game. It is entirely likely that most people's runs of this game without an instruction booklet end with the Ring of Mutation, because really, even if you know what you have to do in game, they tell you like, oh, the ring likes to take on beautiful forms. Okay, so you have to just, I guess, know that according to the developers, that NPC type is the most beautiful female form in the game. And then you have to talk to every one of those NPCs until you find the right one. Terrible. Blaze it. Okay. Now we're gonna head to the Necropolis. See, if I hadn't messed up on the orb, I could grab the Ring of Intuition while I'm here as well, but I'm going to end up having to do a little bit of a backtrack, because I'm a filthy kid. Ding, ding. Ring count. We got 6. Hello, Cleveland Tom. I couldn't have a working ring count command because then it wouldn't update. Alright, we showed him the raise spell and he disappeared. Welcome in, Cleveland Tom. How you doing, buddy? I can always rely on a ring count from Tom when I'm doing ye old Rings of Power. And also, welcome back into the stream, and also welcome back into the country. How are you, my friend? How long have you been back? And how was your trip? Things are things. How far off from the end am I? An hour. Give or take. Maybe less. You need 11 rings. We've got 6. We're in the building with the 7th one. We just have to go pick them up, basically. There's 2 more, like, fights. After we get out of here, we've got 2 more places where we really, like, can get into danger. Actually, well, 3 places we can really get into danger, and then we're done. My best time in this game, MJ, was 2 hours and 55 minutes and some change. My average time is between 3:15 and 3:30. So. Yeah, it's just certain words. Yeah, so we've just gotta cruise through this dungeon, fight a whole bunch of corpses, as one does, and then we've got the one scary fight. There's only really two, the final fight in the game, and then there's one other fight right before the end. It's always the last ring. We always save the last ring is the Ring of Blood. And that one you can legitimately just lose even if you're max level, because the enemies in that area, there are 3 max level necromancers, and if 2 of them use the Reaper spell, you're just done. Like two hits from the Reaper spell does more damage than you can even have as your max HP in the game. So if that happens, you reload. This is a tricky dungeon because it actually drains your health as you're walking. Oh, see, I didn't catch that before, MJ. I mean, I wasn't in there like really, but I didn't catch it. I heard you doing the different accents for the characters in Cassette Beasts, but I just assumed that was you doing the yeah, Rings of RNG. That just those few areas, right? Cleveland Tom? You are at the mercy of the RNG for the first hour of the game, and then for the last 3 fights. Everything else is just smooth sailing all the way. Yeah. And I heard you say something about an Australian accent for one character. Oh, okay. That must explain why I liked your stream so much instantly, is because there's a lot of people from that part of Europe that that I know for a long time now from streaming, like both streamers and then just people that come in. Like y'all are awesome as a group, right? Just that whole little node of Europe, everybody that I meet on Twitch, just seems really cool. Yeah. Like the Finland, Sweden, Norway conglomerate. Everybody from those countries on Twitch is always awesome. and then I guess we'll say the Netherlands as well. I guess, right? Yeah. These damn corpses, man. How are they so quick at blocking my attacks? Half their ligature is gone. Doesn't make any sense. Stone on. Good one. There we go. 40 damage. Oh, why did I do that? Wrong spell. There we go. You done, son. I always buy so many healing items, and there's literally, like, if you buy 99 nectar, unless you're playing the game totally wrong, you don't even get into 99 fights in this game. Like, unless things have gone horribly awry, you will never need that many nectar. Oh, this could be bad. Okay. As I say, we're getting into the danger zone if we get in a fight with 2 of them at once. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not so bad. These guys block so much. So quick and nimble. Yeah, just such a broken character. We say it all the time, right? The mesmer, the confuse / mesmer spells in this game, just even if the sorcerer had no attack power whatsoever, that would instantly make them the best character in the game. And then you're also tied for the best master spell. Undodgeable master spell. Thank you, Nightbot. It's true, guys, and I actually fixed the link. It only took me like 6 months. I fixed the link, so now my Discord link works. My YouTube link always works. If this isn't enough, you can always follow on YouTube. We are rapidly approaching 800 videos on the YouTube channel in all their unedited glory. 800 videos. Insane. And I mean, like 50 of them are clips, right? Like they're just little like clips of the channel, but still. Maybe when I get to 1,000, I'll stop. I'll just stop streaming. On my 1,000th video, I'll be like, thank you all. Deuces. That's not good. Stab the corpse. Interesting. So, the level 9 corpse went with Law. Ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-boom. It was nice of him to like walk right up into the middle of the crowd though, so we could wail on him without wasting time walking. Oh. Oh. My mana. Got him. Okay. Nectar. Oh, I took the wrong path. That's okay. We can see the ring. There it is. The Ring of Bile. Taken. Now, if I was doing this in the correct order, literally, like, right here is the Ring of Intuition. But, alas. But what we can do... we can go beat up the Power Lord while we're here. Do that. They're gonna let me summon a dragon on this square. Oh, I saved on the overworld. Oh. Yeah. Don't want to just fly around on the dragon all the time because it uses up 40 food and 40 water for every square you travel. Yes. Yes, I did. Ah. Can't land. Damn it all. It's so that you know what's coming, right? Honestly, stuff will probably change. Because, like, you can see where I've got some stuff where it's just like, oh, I'm going to play Persona 5 every Friday forever. But, like, once I beat Persona 5, something else is going to rotate in. once I beat Cassette Beast, something else is going to rotate in. So it's more just so people know what I'm going to be playing. And there are times, you know, I used to be a slave to the schedule. You know, there were times I would play stuff that I didn't want to play because it was on the schedule and that's what people expect. And then I eventually realized that people are not that invested in watching me play Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. So now, you know, any given day I could just play something else. And I actually used to do that a lot because a big part of why I started streaming was because I wanted to do co-ops and like collaborations with people. And it was like a disclaimer, like any given night, if people want to do collabs, I might just do that instead and just cancel whatever I was going to stream. But I haven't done any collaborations in like a couple of months now, other than we did a Jank Bros community day of Among Us, which was fun. But yeah, so I am getting better and also worse about my schedule as time goes on. But yes, actually, if you go a little further, you can see the games I'm going to play for next May, because May is always Star Wars month. So because I did KOTOR and Jedi Fallen Order this past May, next May we're doing Jedi Survivor and KOTOR 2. So we already know what we're going to play because it's going to be the sequels to the stuff we played this year. I'm going to pay for that. Nope, no I won't. No consequences. Yeah, so Persona 5, I'm between 60 and 70 hours in now. All reports claim that it's around 100 to 120 hours. Once I beat it, I had actually joked I was just going to immediately start New Game Plus. I probably won't. I'm probably going to wait until next April, because that's when when the game starts, right? Like the first day in the game is like April 9th or something. So I was like, all right, so however long it takes me to beat Persona 5, I'm not going to play Persona again until next April. So I'm going to find some other game to take the place. Like Persona 5 is just every Friday for the rest of the year. It's not going to take me every Friday for the rest of the year. Like, I'm going to beat that game probably before, is it either in September or like early November, because October is all horror games. So we're going to take a month break from it then. But I'm thinking in September I'm going to probably beat it. So then we'll have a couple of months where we can play other stuff. We'll probably go back and do Secret of Mana again, because I haven't played Secret of Mana in about a year. Or we could jump into another long RPG. If we do that, I've got 2 to choose from. I'm going to either do Star Ocean 4 or Last Remnant. Last Remnant was the first really long RPG that I streamed. I did it for like 28 episodes and never beat it. Yeah. The Last Remnant is crazy long. It's like 100 to 150 hours if you try to do everything in the game. If you like every single side quest in the game, there's like 200 quests in the game. It's ridiculous. So I had done like 90 hours of it and was nowhere near finishing it, and I just started doing other stuff and never came back. All right, so this is actually a dangerous fight because this guy can actually the leader can use the pain spell, which is the Knight's Master spell. And they also have 3 knights that can reduce our max HP. So normally we wait until we're at 9th level so that we can use our master spells on them, but you know, I'm kind of just doing whatever tonight, so we'll go for it. Mesmer. Get a good Mesmer. There you go. That's a good Mesmer. Okay. And we'll do Death. Up. Dragon is spellbound. Yeah, I will play, like I was saying earlier, the Super Nintendo. I'm a big fan of like Super Nintendo era JRPGs, other than Super Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger, which are like horrible games. And I know I'm probably just lost 4 followers just by saying that, but I said it and I'll say it again. But like the Breath of Fire, Secret of Mana, stuff like that, I really enjoy on Super Nintendo, and they're not super long. Like they're just good, solid JRPGs that you can play and then they're done. But yeah, normally, especially given that I generally only play video games on stream nowadays, unless I'm just like relaxing. Like if I'm working on a midterm or something and I need to take a few minutes to relax, I'll play like some pod racing or something just to unwind. But for the most part, I don't just sit down for an entire day and play video games unless I'm streaming. So that being said, it's a real hard sell to get me to play a 150-hour game just for fun. You'll be back. I hope. Don't leave me. Please, I'm so close. We're so close to another tub stream. 6 more follows and we get another bathtub stream, guys. Come on. Don't leave. And yes, MJ, that is a real thing. The bathtub streams are real. It's not a joke. I will say this. I understand why people like Chrono Trigger, right? I can be an objective person. Like, I don't like the type of game that Grand Theft Auto is, but I'm not going to say Grand Theft Auto is a bad game. Like, if you like that genre, it's a well-made game. Chrono Trigger is a well-made game. I had never played it as a kid, so I went into it like a year ago with no nostalgia whatsoever, and I felt like the fights were gimmicky, and I didn't like that the devs in some cases actively punished you because you hadn't played the game before. Like, when you go through the game the first time, you do stuff, like, obviously you're not going to get everything on your first run, but the way it's presented in that game, it feels like the devs are making fun of you for not knowing that if you inspect the guys, like, you go into the fairgrounds, right, and you want to talk to everybody at the fair, and if you do a thing, like, I don't want to give you spoilers, so I'm gonna stop. Like, all I'm gonna say is that your natural inclination in a JRPG is to explore and take your time and talk to everyone, and that is actively punished in Chrono Trigger. I was about to give a bunch of spoilers, and then it clicked for me that you just said you're planning to play it, so I don't want to ruin it for you, but that to me. But it's a good game is the thing. It's got an amazing story. Like, it's a story that will make you feel feelings. It's a beautiful game. It's got amazing music. Like, objectively speaking, it deserves its praise. However, if you've never played it before and you're coming in as an adult playing it for the first time, there's going to be some things that you're going to be like, really? You are punished. I would like to direct you to the clip on my channel entitled Snitches Get Stitches. That's not a threat. There's actually a clip from the courtroom scene where I just said snitches get stitches. All right. Yeah, but you don't get the treasure. And it feels like you're being punished, right? Like, because when you go in the first time, you think that there's a way to get out of that. Like, it's presented as though, had you only done it right, this wouldn't be happening. This is your fault. And it's not my fault. That's just the game. Shut up. Like, anyway, what rings do we need? What rings? So we need perfection, which we have the stuff for. We need blood, which is terrible. We need intuition, perfection, blood, intuition, and will. Okay. I did not. I did not know that. Also, I wasn't really wild about the combat because when you first start fighting in that game, they make a big deal about how like certain types of attacks have certain types of like AoEs and stuff where like you can spin around or you shoot a laser or whatever. And after the first little bit of the game, that suddenly like doesn't matter at all. Like probably after maybe 2 hours of the game, it didn't feel like my placement really mattered anymore. It felt like the range thing was kind of just a gimmick that they forgot about. Maybe I was playing it wrong, but that was just me. I was like, oh, this is going to be a cool mechanic, and then I ended up not taking advantage of it at all. Take this ball. All right. Bum 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 bum. We go back and talk to the sorcerer in Oxbridge. Crazy sorcerer number 3. Right? P.S. By the way, we kind of circled away from that, but given your assuming you're still where you're from, like you live where you're from, MJ, you are an absolute champion for sticking this whole game out with me. I really appreciate that, like, long-term lurk, right? 'Cause that's like 2 a.m. for you now, and you're still here. Oh, okay. 4 a.m. Even worse. So thank you. I much appreciated. Like the oh look, the sun is coming up lurk. The rarest and most beloved of all lurks. So I see you got the key to the dragon's cave. I'll tell you a story. Yeah, I know. He offers to sell us a dove. Bribe. Hey, potatoes. 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 Meanwhile, it's lunchtime in Alaska. No. I appreciate all the lurks. All right. Oh, the pirates were waiting for me. Oh, joke's on them. Remember when these guys killed me before? And I was so mad. Well, how the turntables. Righty. So we're good on food and water. We are gonna go get the Ring of Will. Uh-oh. You know what, Kale? I will say, it is not as bad as Super Mario RPG. That's it. That's all I got. There's no follow up to that. that's I'm just dropping that one. Gonna use a healing spell because I'm getting a little scared. Remember how I was saying earlier? I was like, "Why do I buy heal spells? I never use them." It's true. I do like to start over a lot. Right. No, my feelings on Super Mario RPG are well documented. Well, I guess if I die, I'll just quick travel to Cathedral and get there faster, right? Because they're not going to be able to kill my entire party. Just Buck. So, guess I'll just embrace it. It's not about people. It's about being cool. Saving people is just a secondary product. Wise wisdom from the words of Bidoof. Well, say goodbye to all of our money. You have died, but your friends survive and have you resurrected at the Great Cathedral. Ah! Joke's on you, game. This is where I was going anyway. Did lose like 5,000 gold there, but... So, Buck, you have tracked me here. I assume you're after the Ring of Will. I'm afraid so, Yappa. Give it to me, and we will avoid a fight. I wish I could, but I am under orders from the High Priest to deliver the ring to the temple. The temple is not all-powerful, Yappa. There are other forces in the universe. I must have that ring. And I'm afraid you must fight me for it. I'm gonna walk up and just karate chop him on both sides of his head. Pah! He's stunned. One of the characters is named Herbert. I just noticed that. I think that's the necromancer's name is Herbert. Well, bad news, y'all. Yappa can't swim. Oh, I didn't even get to show off my shirt. I was going to show y'all my awesome shirt. Look at this. An SNES production. Down at the so the whole thing is a Metroid, and then the eyes of the Metroid are here. It's the baby Metroid, the sun coming up, and then Samus's helmet. And at the bottom it says, no man in the universe could oppose them, but she was the heroine of the stars. It says, an SNES production in Super Troidicolor. It's done like it's an old sci-fi, like, B-movie of the Metroid games. I love it. I've actually bought this shirt once before, and then wore it out, and then found it on Redbubble and bought it again. Or, well, no, I think I asked for it for Christmas this time around. Anyway, back to the game. I had meant to make it a point to show this off, because normally I'm only wearing like the Hawaiian shirts or my merch, and because I'm a degenerate and I haven't done laundry in like 2 weeks, I have no more shirts, so I'm just using like my casual gaming shirts now. So I had my Kirby shirt the other day. So I was like, oh, if I'm gonna wear them, I guess I'll show them off. Thanks for the ring, Yopa. Yeah, I got a whole drawer of nothing but video game shirts because I'm a man-child. not going to be optimal money, but... Alright. So if we were to go that way, would it actually help us? No. So we need the Rings of Blood, Perfection, and Intuition. Yeah. We are not going to be beating this one in record time, y'all. It is interesting to see how many different ways I can beat this game in 3.5 hours, though. Right? Like, no matter how many things go horribly wrong and how much time I spend yelling at how unfair the RNG is, I always end up finishing it right around the 3-hour mark, 3-hour and 40-minute mark, something like that. I should just go up here and get the Ring of Blood now, but I really do want to be max level before I go over there. So we're gonna go this way. Actually, we got to be over here anyway, because we gotta get the bandit pass. Here we go. Oh, and then I promptly walk right past. Home of the eccentric Mr. Belmont, the wealthiest man in the world. That's the log that we got from the basement of the building in Mesa. If you read it, it talks about the fact that there's magic powers, and the sand on the Mesa has magical properties that allows the residents to resist the temptation of evil. Hey, Super Whiteout, welcome in! Alas, the milk has all been drunk, my friend. Welcome, welcome. How have you been? So we gotta walk. I'm doing pretty good. We've had a little bit of a janky run. We're doing this really out of order. I died and had to reload and didn't have the whip when I got to where the Ring of Thought was. So it's completely messed up the entire like pattern of how I'm playing the game. But we're having fun. We always have fun with Rings of Power, right? Right. Also, I've gotten into not one but 2 fights with dragons that use the Jinn spell on me, which they normally don't. They normally refrain from doing. Like, I don't know. Getting into the danger zone here. Yes. I also don't spend as much time at level 8 as I am right now. You're not doing the greatest? Oh, I'm sorry. That's part of what's messing me up, is normally I stop at 3200. Like, honestly, that's what it is, guys. I usually stop at 3200 XP, and then I do all of the other rings except for Blood and Perfection. And then I go from like level 5 to level 9 on the Ring of Perfection. So we never have that point where we have big groups of dragons spawning where I can't survive those spells, where I can't kill them before they get to go. So that's what it is. It's that I leveled up more than normal in the Cave of Thought. So it's thrown off the whole rotation of what the encounters are normally like. But we're having a lot of fun, chatting with a lot of people. We're learning things, right? So we have like an if-then statement. If you level to 8 and then wander around the world for an hour, then you will fight a lot more dragons that use master spells on you. Hey, guy. Ah, a dove. Delicious. Thank you. Here, take your pick from my treasure hoard. A nice shiny Ring of Power. Doesn't fit on my claw anyway. Now go away before I get hungry again. And that's 2 rings left. problem here, children, is that I now do not know if I want to fight those necromancers at level 8. So I'm gonna have to do some weird hinky shit with a dragon and hope that I can land it over there. This might be a waste of a dragon stone. Nope. Alright. So, we're going to go straight down here and grab the... Yes. Hinky. Hinky with an H, meaning like weird or unexpected or in some way outside the norm. Nowhere else in the world have you felt the presence of such an evil. This place reeks of void and its minions. I have not played Shining Force yet, Super Whiteout. It's on my giant list of things to play. Very well, your ID looks okay. Go on in. Hey, Lenny. Ow. Well. Ask a question and ye shall receive an answer. I mean, the other thing, maybe later. We'll talk once the children go to bed. Boom. So what are we at in terms of XP? Oh yeah. We're still gonna end up having to steal the ring. So we meet again, Buck. I've been waiting here for someone to show up and help me open the trap and get the Ring of Perfection. How long can the game be for Bring Back a Classic? So for Bring Back a Classic, it has to be a game on my rank 1 profile that I have rated as 4 stars or more. You tell me the game and I'm probably not going to play KOTOR, okay? Like, if it's something that might take me 2 episodes to play through, I'll do. In the past, people have redeemed Mega Man 2, which takes me half an hour. People have redeemed Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. Alrea has redeemed Moonlighter before. If it's a game that has no end, then it's just a session, right? Like, so if you bring back Skyrim, I'm not going to play Skyrim forever, but I'll do like a full episode of Skyrim. Generally speaking, it's going to be one full stream of whatever the game is. If it's something that I can beat in like 6 hours, it might be a longer stream. If it's something that takes 8 hours, I might break it into 2 depending on the game. I didn't really answer your question there. But yeah, if you go on my rank 1 profile, you can look and see all the games I've beaten before, and anything that's rated 4 stars or higher is what you can choose. Yeah, no Golden Sun. No Golden Sun. The Ring of Perfection. I'm afraid you're out of luck, Buck. This ring is fine. Divide by Zeros redeemed it for Faith, the Unholy Trinity. And that took me about 7 hours. So, yeah. So this is actually a glitch right here, guys. By talking to him and having the ring spawn and then just running away, the ring is now on the ground. We can grab it. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody is now level 6. I don't even actually have to fight this guy. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. So I don't even have to fight him, actually. And if I want to, I can repeat that. I can keep doing that over and over, and every time it'll spawn the ring again, and I'll get the XP again. And that's a quick way to level up, as long as you can survive being attacked by him, because he does have some pretty nasty spells in his inventory. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, what was the game you wanted to request, AK? Because if it's a game I'm planning to play anyway, you know, maybe we'll talk. Rules were meant to be broken, right? I mean, just look at me, flying all over the world on a dragon. Everybody knows you're not supposed to do that. I am pretty much out of food. I have made a terrible series of errors. You'll trade the points to get me to play Shining Force? Which one? Which Shining Force, Super Whiteout? The original one? Oh, you mean the horrible one? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I don't know anything about them. I'll do a session of it. I was really just joking. Okay, so for scheduling it. Oh, okay. So this weekend I have a midterm due for my class. For my summer semester class. So I can't do it this weekend. I'm gonna stream Friday night, and then Saturday and Sunday I'm gonna be working on a paper. Monday I'm off, but I'm planning to do a full playthrough of Red Dead Revolver. So would you want to see it on the weekend, or would you want to see like a weekday? Like, what would be a day that's convenient for you that you can be around? I could do like a Saturday morning stream on the 24th of it. Okay. So what if I did because I have been getting up and doing morning streams that end up being most of the day streams. So what if I was to do, you said Shining Force 1. So what I can do is, let me get my schedule up. The 25th is the retro race, so I can't do it. Yeah. So what I'll do the 24th of June. Shining Force. And we'll do it at, we'll say 9 a.m. on Saturday, June 24th. Sound good? I might start a little sooner. I might not start exactly 9. I'm just saying 9 a.m. because whenever I wake up, I'll probably just start streaming it, and I'll play till around noon. So I'm gonna end up getting up earlier. It'll probably end up being like 7 to noon or 8 to noon. Okay. There you go. It's on the Sega Genesis, right? I think I have it in the Sega Genesis collection that I'm playing this in. I'm pretty sure. Awesome. Bring back a classic. See, I spent all that time explaining the very strict rules for the Bring Back a Classic, and then I immediately just was like, or we just do whatever you want. Okay. Then I definitely have it, because I have all the games in the collection, and then like another 50 or 60 games that are workshop mods. So I was gonna say I gotta be full of water soon. There we go. That whole time we were talking, I was just hitting the A button buying water. Because these stupid dragons. Okay. I feel like I'm hearing some... I'm getting like some weird feedback. Can y'all hear that? Bothering me. Why is that happening? Okay, good. Yeah, it's like a click, 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 click sound going in the background. Like there's something going on. I put the microphone up to my ear like I'm gonna hear something. Whatever. Whatever. Oof. That double price ship, y'all. P.S. I gotta throw it out there. If anybody wants to try this game out without having original hardware, if you have a Steam account, you can get the Sega Classics Collection Comics Zone. That's why you don't save on the overworld. The Sega Classics Collection version of Comics Zone, they have a free workshop mod that turns the game into this. So that's how we always stream it, is I paid 99 cents for Comic Zone, which is not actually a bad game. And then just I play the mod. Alright. Here we go, y'all. Master spell time. 20 to 30 times. I know we've talked about it before, Whiteout, and it is something that's been on my list for a long time, so I'm happy to give it a try. And we were saying earlier, I don't know how long you'd been in lurking, but we were saying earlier that like once I beat Persona 5, like I've got Persona 5 every Friday between now and the end of the year, but I know it's not going to take that long, so I'm going to need another game to play. If I end up enjoying it, you know, I could maybe have that in my rotation. I'm gonna do a poll, but I'll put it in the poll of like what should I play on Fridays, you know. So far, the other two games that are going to be in the poll are Dungeon Siege 3 or Baldur's Gate, the classic Baldur's Gate, for the PC. So it would be one of those two or Shining Force. That's the key we got from that busted fortress. Is it a turn-based strategy game or is it a traditional RPG? Because I know at least some of the Shining Force games are very similar. Like the combat looks similar to Golden Sun, doesn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that glitch. It's a very veiny dragon. Okay. Yeah, I felt like I remembered seeing like combat in that game and thinking that it, like the way the perspective was, kind of was similar to Golden Sun. But maybe I'm out of my gourd, I don't know. Alright, y'all. We got, I think, 2 more fights on the next floor, and then the final boss, and then it's just a clean break for the end of the game. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, it's going to be closer to 3 hours and 45 minutes than 3 hours and 30 minutes. Kind of called that one a little while ago. But I also died a couple of times, and I ended up doing like 2 extra laps around the world. Like, really at its core, when I'm playing this game, my very hardest and most perfect, I'm essentially just doing laps around the planet, right? You just do 3 laps around the world and you're done. So, we've actually done like 2 extra laps around the world. So I'm happy with it, and I haven't played it in a long time, so. Always happy with Rings of Power. Never mad. Except that one time. Galrea knows the time I'm talking about. Time when I saved right as a random encounter that I couldn't win began. No, there's actually a clip of it, Kale. What the whole thing where we talk about like why we don't save on the overworld map? Heck yeah. The reason we don't save on the overworld map is because I was literally doing the quick save one time, and as the save went off, I got attacked by 3 goblins. And it was at the point in the game when I only had Buck and the Knight, and the goblins kept killing me over and over, and I was essentially just like praying to RNGesus that I would be able to run from the fight before they killed both of our party members. And it was like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes of me just reloading over and over and over, because I was like, it was the first time I had ever streamed the game. So the first time I streamed this, it actually took me like 6 or 7 hours to beat because I hadn't memorized everything yet. And it literally happened, and I was like, oh, that's the worst thing ever. Speaking of the worst thing ever, that's what I was talking about. Like in this area, like these fights, if they use Reaper twice, you're just gonna die. Like there's nothing you can do about it. It's just game over. And I'm not trying to get teleported all the way back to Cathedral again so that I can come back here and fight one more battle. So. Just imagine playing this on the Sega and not being able to just quick load. It's another reason why I would never do legitimate speedruns of this game, is because you have to assume that any legitimate speedrun of this game would require you not to use quick loads, because otherwise you could just like reload over and over until you got the treasures you wanted. And I just can't imagine playing this whole game deathless. I mean, I've done it, but not on purpose, I guess I'll say. Like, I have beaten the game without restarting before, but it certainly wasn't because I'm just that damn good. It's because I just got that damn lucky. So, I really need a better spell for Slash, but I really just don't want to go get it. Like, just don't care enough to get him a better spell. And that's GG. So, the Enchanter and the Sorcerer... Yeah. The Enchanter and the Sorcerer each have unblockable spells. Their master level spells are unblockable, and they do a flat 70 damage. And the HP cap is, I think, 145 in the game. So in theory, you could survive 2 master spells with 5 health left. But in reality, like, if that happens, you're going to get bopped by something else somewhere along the way, and the second spell is going to kill you. So... So really, going into these last few fights, you kind of just have to hope that Buck and or Mortimer get to go early in the rotation so they can use their spells to mesmerize to like prevent the enemies from attacking. Otherwise, it's just up to God. See, all the other characters in the game, their master spells summon a lot of little bullets, and each individual bullet may or may not get blocked by the enemy. And the number of bullets I don't think is exactly the same every time. So that's really the two big powerhouses are the Enchanter and the Sorcerer for master spells, and the others you can kind of do whatever. The Knight has good damage spells, but he also he seems to use more mana than other characters would for comparable damage spells, right? So like his spell that does 18 damage to everyone uses like 20% of his mana, whereas the Conjurer's spell that does 18 damage to everyone uses like 1/8 of her mana. So he's just not. I usually when I'm skipping party members, he's usually the one I skip. It used to be the Archer, but the Archer at least has a decent master spell. His master spell glitches the game out half the time. So we've learned that Slash is actually the weakest link in the party. I should have used Insane. I'm gonna pay for that. Yep. This is where it gets nasty. I am max level. I'm actually a higher level than you can reasonably expect to be in this game playing it legitimately. Like, I essentially had to cheese the game to get to this level, and I'm still having trouble with these fights. 6 freaking hit points for that spell. Do not. Okay. So the only one that hasn't gone yet is the only one that can still go. He's gonna use Reaper and kill me. Calling it now. Oh, maybe not. I miscalculated. We're good. We're good. We win. Okay. Jeez. That was an ass kicking and a half. That wasn't even the boss. The boss uses Reaper even more. Hey, buddy. So we got 3 Necromancers capable of using Reaper. Stones is better against a single target. Blaze is better against groups. Blaze hits every enemy on the field like 3 to 7 times. Stones hits a single enemy like 9 times. Stones can do almost as much damage to a single target as a master level spell can. Like, I've actually seen like 60 to 70 damage off of a really good Stones cast before. Okay. That's fine. Motarin, that's the leader. He's the one we definitely didn't want to have active. Right. I think this is going to kill all 4 of them. So. Yeah, Blaze is like a level 7 Conjurer version of the Frenzy spell that the Enchanter uses. Like, and essentially the only spell that I ever buy for the Enchanter is Frenzy. And then we pick up Worm from the Enchanter's Tower in the desert. And those are the only 2 spells he needs. So. Alright guys, that's the last ring. So now all that's left is the crying, right? It's all over but the die, and I can't get over. Anyway. Alright, so next last stop. We're gonna go up. See, I love the fact that the world like loops around on itself when you're going from east to west, but I also hate the fact that the world loops on itself when you're going from north to south. Because it's just so jarring. But whatever. And funnily enough, you rarely ever need to take advantage of that, right? Like you're never really doing any north-south travel unless you're in that main little ocean area near Division. Like you're not really going north and south in your boat a whole lot. It's a whole lot of east-west. We've already used 10,000 food. Let's see. We're gonna go straight left and then down. Back to where we found the fuzzy leaf of Gomez. Think. You stand before the mystic fount of heaven, the seat of Nexus's power. Inside awaits Nexus himself. Holy seal. You hold up the holy seal. A bright light is emitted from it, and the entrance to the fount of heaven opens. Why, hello there, Buck. I've been waiting for you. You see, it all came to me just after our master zapped me to some random location in the Arctic. The best way to get the rings of power was to sit back and let everyone else do all the work. Then when you showed up here, I would retrieve them. So I've been living it up at Chaos for the past few months while you and the 4 other suckers ran around the world finding my rings for me. Imino managed to find the Ring of Advancing, but of course you took that from him and Ricci. Poor old Yappa went to all that trouble to find the Ring of Will and bring it back to the cathedral, but you also took his ring. Now my friend Fezzik, I told him to wait in the Chamber of Perfection, and sure enough you came along with the gems. Too bad you had to kill him. Actually, he's still alive. Rokus, on the other hand, was a surprise failure. He didn't manage to get a single ring and just spent his time lounging in the Lobotomy Club. That's the bar where we first started. After you beat the game, you can actually go back to that building we start outside of, and he is just chilling in the bottom right corner, just drinking. I don't know what Master Thalmus saw in him. On the other hand, he is one of only 2 members of the class still standing at the end of the game, right? The total slacker and the guy who beat the game are the only 2 that survive. You, on the other hand, were an unprecedented success. You managed to secure all... Yeah, exactly. It's been like 9 days in game. You managed to secure all 11 of the rings, and now you have brought them here to me. Thank you. Ah, but Darius, you have made one fatal mistake, for I, in obtaining the rings, also learned of their powers and can now use them against you. Buck's just talking smack. You don't do anything with the rings. Allied with Nexus, this is not a power that even you can overcome. No, Buck, it is you who have made the blunder. The tactical blunder. For I have a secret up my sleeve, which I shall be happy to tell you. Void, and the spells he has crafted for your destruction. Give my regards to the rest of the gang when you meet them in the Deadlands. What? Voltage? What? Worm. So the Sorcerer, the Knight, and the Enchanter are all a high enough level to use their master spells. Archer, Necromancer, and Conjurer are just really inconvenient. That might be GG for a couple of them right there. RNGG. We're gonna kill him before he gets to use Void. Nope. Gray. Oof. Oh, Lord. Darius isn't even going to get to use his fancy spell that his Master Void has crafted for my destruction. So, there's only 3 sorcerers in the game capable of casting Master. There's you, Fezzik in the Chamber of Perfection, and Darius. If you or Fezzik casts Master, it actually summons, like, the disembodied head of your old master who died at the start of the game. If Darius uses it, it actually summons the Demon Void, and he hovers in the middle and does damage to everyone. But he didn't even get to do that because we just clapped him and beat the game. You earned 50 experience points per person and 903 gold pieces. Headphone check. From the Book of Buck. So it was that the victorious Sorcerer Buck of the Academy of the Mind did defeat the evil Void. 3 hours and 37 minutes, called it. With Void's vessel on this world destroyed, the deceiver did flee forever. Buck then passed through the fount of heaven, bearing the holy seal of Nexus. The mighty Nexus looked down upon his home and saw that Buck had brought all 11 rings of power into his presence. The prophecy fulfilled, Nexus did transport Buck and the rings into his realm. Once in the majestic realm of Nexus, Buck willingly gave all 11 rings of power to the great being. In response to this gesture, Nexus restored the rings to their original form as the Rod of Creation and returned it to Buck. And then a great voice filled Buck's head. Welcome to my realm, Buck. You alone of your race have shown the purity and courage to reclaim all the rings of power and return them to me. My brother Void has fled this world, and I must follow. He and I are but 2 sides of the same coin. As much as he hates me, he cannot destroy me. I will ensure that Void does not return here. Someday it may be that we will join again and become that which we once were, greater and at peace. You have proved your worthiness, and I shall leave the Rod of Creation in your trust. Use it wisely to rule your people. It upsets the balance between my brother and I, and we are better off without it. Good luck to you and your world. With this, the being Nexus departed this dimension in pursuit of his brother. And so Buck too left the realm of Nexus and returned to his world. There he used the power of the Rod of Creation to build a mighty palace where the Fount of Heaven once stood. From that palace, he would direct the destiny of his world. Get ready for the greatest cinematic in the history of video gaming. Thank you for the GGs, MJ. Thank you so much for sticking around the whole time. We have a couple of amazing 1991 Sega Craft cinematics. And then once we are in control of the world again, we're going to look for somebody to raid. So if anybody out there has a suggestion, start looking now. You know, I'll take whoever, within reason, I will raid whoever is suggested first. I really doubt it, Super Whiteout. I wonder if they planned on making a second run of the chips, because, you know, they sold out of the first run of this game. They sold out in 3 weeks, and then EA said they didn't want to make any more. That's part of the reason nobody's ever heard of this game. This game came out on the Sega Genesis. They made 50,000 copies, however many it was. They sold all of them in 3 weeks, which is really good for an RPG on the Sega Genesis. Sold them all out, and then EA said, yeah, the thing is, it costs us $7 per cartridge to make Rings of Power because of the chip in it, and it only costs us $4 per cartridge to make Madden NFL 91. So, you're going to go watch Splangy either way? Well, then I guess we should raid Splangy, right? What's he playing? Is he doing Teamfight Tactics? Mario Party? Rings of Power, a fantasy adventure by Naughty Dog Inc., published by Electronic Arts, produced by Christopher Earhart. We don't need to see all that. The end. You have the run of the world. All that you see is your responsibility. Teamfight Tactics. All right. We have the Rod of Creation. That is my craft. All right, everybody. How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? Oh, here we go. There. Was acting weird. So, here we go. That was Rings of Power. It was amazing. I loved it. I always do. I hope you guys loved it too. We're gonna raid Splangy now. And yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit. So, what is there to say? Friday, we're going to be back with more Persona 5 Royal. Probably going to end up playing it super late, like I've been doing lately. And then you're not going to see me again for the weekend because I'm going to be doing homework. But I will be back on Monday with, as promised, a full playthrough of Red Dead Revolver for the PlayStation 2. MJ, you have a great morning. Let those birds lull you to sleep. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed yourself and that I see you again in the future. All right, y'all. So let's get that raid going. Raid. We're gonna raid our buddies. Good. Glad to hear it. Oh, I gotta spell his name right though, don't I? And for those of you who don't know Splangy, Splangy is awesome. Splangy is the ultimate blind speedrunner. We're gonna very much enjoy this, and I am gonna very much enjoy standing up because I have not gotten out of this chair since we started. So, thank you everybody one last time for being here. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been phenomenal. I hope to see you all again Friday night when we pick back up with more Persona 5 Royal. But if I don't, as always, until next time, stay healthy and stay safe out there, y'all. Later.